a Friday. But anyway, happy day. I'm on my way to the pool, so I said I'd hop on. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. We're the first Bitcoin consulting company in Ireland. We're almost 5 years teaching people about Bitcoin. Yes, we were early. People thought we were crazy, but now mainstream is starting to see the value in what we do, and that Bitcoin is future pensions. Well, I digress. It's probably not mainstream, but 1% of mainstream gets this. Anyway, we help you to understand Bitcoin in a really simple way, because anyone who owns Bitcoin, uses Bitcoin, owns Bitcoin. It's pretty simple. And anyone who doesn't use and own Bitcoin, it's just because they don't fully understand it yet. So as you guys know from following my channel, I have this thing called the Retire Early Club, and it's basically a product that I created that maps all the steps I done to go from living in a caravan many years ago with a net worth of 0 to get myself to my financial number where, you know, it was my retirement number. So I mapped it all out and I created a course to teach people all the steps. And then I layered in the Bitcoin element, which absolutely turbocharges it, because I didn't use Bitcoin. I don't have the good old-fashioned way of building business, which is slow and tremendous. It takes tremendous work. So the Bitcoin element turbocharges it and makes it a hell of a lot easier. But in the Retire Early Club, we have a live call every 2 weeks. It's part of the value to people. Not only get my 5 courses, but they also get on a live call with us every 2 weeks. Well, we talk about different circumstances, different situations. And we also just have macro discussions, you know, on where the space is moving and things that are happening in our space. The crux of it is your net worth is a direct reflection of your network, okay? And that's why for me, you know, in the Retire Early Club, it's all about networking and, you know, getting in with people who are ahead of you, the way to move up the ladder, whatever you're trying to do, whether it's a hobby, sport, a financial number, or a business goal. It's all about having your network. If your network is behind you, well, you're dragging your network along. You always want to be in a network. That's where you want to go. But one of the discussions is on tax, and a lot of people, when they're newer to Bitcoin, they focus on the tax element of it. Now, I've a very straight way of thinking about everything in the world, which will annoy a lot of people, and that's fine. I'm not here to make friends. I have friends, okay, but some people will take, because I'm super direct. I don't fluff around. There's no bullshit with Dinny, okay? I just give it to people straight, and some people like that and some people don't, and the people that don't, well, that's fine. If you care about your feelings or your finances, I prefer to care about your finances, not your feelings. But caring about the tax on Bitcoin is just a stupid thing to do. Okay, it's really stupid, and I'll give you a couple of reasons why. One, let's say you have a tax bill of 1 million, and today you currently have a tax bill of 0 because you're not a high earner, so you pay the minimum tax, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. You get the tax-free, don't you? Okay, but let's say you have a tax bill of 1 million. Happy days is what I'd say. You should crave for that day, because you get to keep the other 2, okay, in a capital gains tax. If you're able to create a portfolio and you owe the tax man 1 million, congratulations, you get to keep 2. So you should strive to build up as big a tax bill as possible. However, wealthy people don't pay as much tax as the middle class, so you should try and get yourself really wealthy, okay? Because really wealthy people, they're able to afford the advice. A friend of mine is in the UK, and he specializes in reducing a tax bill for really wealthy people, and it's all done legally, of course, okay? Because tax avoidance is illegal. No, tax evasion is illegal, but tax avoidance isn't, and that's because wealthy people are able to just get advice and put their wealth into structures where they can be much more tax efficient than middle class people, because middle class people can't afford that sort of advice, okay? If it costs you 200 grand to build a structure to save your tax bill of 30 grand, it's not worth it. But if you have a tax bill of a couple of million, it's no problem paying 200 grand to a high net worth tax advisor to save you. So what my friend will say is, he'll say paying tax is completely optional, provided you can afford the advice on how to do it. You know, so it's generally only really rich people. So I don't worry about tax, because 1, I want to pay as much as possible, because that means I'm earning as much as possible. 2, the landscape changes. Now, this is really important for all you people who are following here. The landscape changes. So in the Retirely Club, we're all having this discussion about tax and the headaches of tax. And my 2 cents on it is just, lads, this is a waste of time having this conversation, because ain't nobody in the Retirely Club hitting their goal today will have to worry about it. Okay, this is in the future. It's going to be a problem. And I don't worry about problems in the future, especially if I don't know if it's going to be a problem. It's a waste of my mental energy. I've bigger problems in the present where I can focus on. And what I mean by that is, 2.5 years ago, okay, 24, 2.5 years ago, China banned Bitcoin mining, and made Bitcoin illegal. Okay, so it's a big problem. 2.5 years later, if you see in the latest news, Bitcoin is unbanned. They're trying to get all the crypto companies back, and they have a new law coming out that hedge funds and family offices pay 0 capital gains tax on Bitcoin. So this is my point. The landscape is going to change. There's no point in thinking about this thing, because if it can change in China in 2.5 years, why are you worried about your 10 years? Oh, in 10 years time I'm going to have to pay so much in tax. I just won't do anything today. It's such a dumb way of thinking. Well, sorry, in my world, in the way I live in my world, it's just such a dumb thing to waste your energy on a problem that, 1, you don't know if it's going to be a problem, and 2, if it is a problem, it's a bloody good problem to have, and 3, if it's a massive problem, it can be fixed, okay? Because you can get proper tax advice on how you can structure to be the most tax efficient you can. So what I say to people when they worry about paying tax on Bitcoin, it's just like, consume those 3 things. You're worrying about a silly problem. And I'll give you a little story. Because I used to think like this, folks. Don't worry. I had to unlearn all this stuff. I remember having a business, and I remember we were running an advertising campaign. And the advertising campaign started to go so well that I started to worry. I'm like, I don't know if I could handle all these customers, and it became a worry. And then nowadays I'm like, what a silly thing to worry about. Imagine worrying that I'm gonna have too many customers. You know, that's a good problem to have. It means they're gonna earn too much money. It means they're gonna have to hire new staff. Yeah, they're problems, but they're great problems. They're problems that dying business would crave for. So there's good problems in life and there's bad problems in life. I'm worrying about how much tax you have to pay. It's just worrying about a good problem, and it's not worth your energy. You should strive to pay as much as possible. You should try and build your net worth as high as possible. You should try and create the most successful portfolio that you can, and then nothing's a problem. So guys, hope you have a super Friday. Thanks for being here. Let me know if you like that video. I just log on and give my 2 cents worth as I'm driving with Dinny, Bitcoin with Dinny. And have a super day. Dinny out.